From hikers who stepped into the wilderness never to return, to eerie findings that leave more questions than answers, welcome to our Vanished in the Vast quiz, where we dive deep into some of the most perplexing disappearances in national parks. In which national park did Morgenheimer disappear while working as a river guide in 2015? Grand Canyon, Zion, Yellowstone, or Sequoia? Morgenheimer, a river guide who mysteriously disappeared in Grand Canyon National Park in June 2015. While leading a rafting expedition on the Colorado River, Morgan vanished without a trace, sparking a massive search operation and leaving the community in shock. His disappearance in the park's vast wilderness raises many unanswered questions. What is unique about the disappearance of Michael Ficery in 2005? He was an expert hiker. His camera was found, his backpack was found, or his ID was found. What sets Michael's case apart is the discovery of his backpack nearly a month later, with his belongings still inside, yet no sign of Michael himself. Michael set out alone for a hike in the remote and rugged Hetch Hetchy area, known for its stunning views and challenging terrain. This clue, left amidst the wild beauty of Yosemite, turned his disappearance into a perplexing mystery. Who disappeared while hiking in Yosemite National Park in 1981? Stacey Harris, John Muir, Sarah Johnson, or Michael Robinson? Stacey Harris, who vanished while hiking in Yosemite National Park in 1981. Stacey, only 14 years old, was last seen walking towards a lake near her family's campsite in the park's Sunrise High Sierra Camp area. Her intention was simply to photograph a nearby lake, but she never returned, and no trace of her was found, despite extensive searches. The mystery of Stacey's disappearance has lingered for decades, encapsulating the unpredictable and sometimes perilous nature of these majestic landscapes. In which national park did Thelma Pauline Melton vanish while hiking with friends in 1981? Olympic, Rocky Mountain, Glacier, or Great Smoky Mountains? Thelma Pauline Melton, who disappeared while hiking with friends in Great Smoky Mountains National Park in 1981. Known to her friends as Polly, she was enjoying an afternoon hike along the Deep Creek Trail when she suddenly accelerated her pace and moved ahead of her companions. Within moments, Polly vanished from sight, and, despite immediate efforts to find her, she was never seen again. This case has baffled experts for decades. Where did Douglas Legg disappear in 1971 while on a family vacation? Adirondack Forest, Big Bend, Cuyahoga Valley, or Everglades? The unsettling disappearance of Douglas Legg, an 8-year-old boy who vanished in 1971 while on a family vacation in the Adirondack Forest Preserve, New York. Setting out on a simple hike with relatives near their family's summer camp, Douglas was sent back to change his pants, a short journey from which he never returned. Despite one of the largest search efforts in the state's history, involving over 600 volunteers, trackers, and even military assistance, no conclusive trace of Douglas was ever found. His disappearance remains one of the most mysterious cases in the area. In which national park did Randy Morgenson work as a backcountry ranger before he disappeared in 1996? Everglades, Joshua Tree, Acadia, or Sequoia? Randy Morgenson was a seasoned backcountry ranger in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, before his mysterious disappearance in 1996. Randy, known for his deep connection to the wilderness and his extensive knowledge of the park's terrain, vanished while on duty, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and speculation. His disappearance sparked a massive search effort and brought attention to the challenges faced by those who guard these remote natural treasures. Over 5 years later, a twist in the tale brought some closure, yet the exact circumstances of Randy's disappearance remain a topic of intrigue. Who was last seen in North Cascades National Park before going missing in 2016? Catherine Huther, Brian Schaffer, Amelia Earhart, or Christopher Zajac? Catherine Huther, who was last seen in North Cascades National Park in 2016 before she tragically went missing. Setting out for a solo hike in this rugged and breathtaking landscape, Catherine's disappearance sparked an extensive search that captivated the local community and outdoor enthusiasts nationwide. Despite the efforts of countless volunteers and search and rescue teams, the search concluded with more questions than answers, leaving her fate enveloped in the vast wilderness of the park. In which trail did Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon disappear during a hike in 2014? Zion, Santa Maria, El Pianista, or Banff National? El Pianista Trail, Kris Kremers, and Lisanne Froon. Two young women from the Netherlands who disappeared during a hike in Panama's cloud-shrouded Bocate region in 2014. Setting out to explore the beauty of the area, their journey took a tragic turn when they vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that has puzzled investigators and the world. Despite extensive searches and the discovery of partial remains months later, the full story of what happened to Kris and Lisanne remains unknown. Who went missing after being separated from their group in Crater Lake National Park in 1975? Evan Parker, Samuel Belmont, Diane Fowler, or Charles McCullers? Charles McCullers, who vanished after becoming separated from his group in Crater Lake National Park in 1975. Setting out to capture the winter landscape on camera, Charles's excursion turned mysterious when he failed to return, prompting a massive but futile search effort. The discovery of his remains years later, in a remote and unlikely area of the park, only deepened the mystery. His disappearance and the eerie circumstances surrounding the recovery of his remains have sparked intrigue and speculation among both locals and visitors. In which park did Paul Fugate vanish while working as a ranger in 1980? Petrified Forest, Chiricahua National Monument, Shenandoah, or Glacier? Paul Fugate was a dedicated ranger who vanished while on duty in Chiricahua National Monument in 1980. Setting out on a routine patrol through the park's rugged and beautiful terrain, Paul never returned, sparking a search that would span decades without uncovering his fate. His disappearance has left a lasting impact on the community and the National Park Service, raising questions about the risks park rangers face and the deep mysteries that the natural world holds. Who disappeared while on a field trip in Mesa Verde National Park in 1999? Kevin Woods, Lauren Smith, Mitchell Dale Steeling, or Derek Hansen? Mitchell Dale Steeling, who vanished while on a field trip in Mesa Verde National Park in 1999. During a visit to the ancient cliff dwellings, Mitchell stepped away from his group to explore a nearby area and never returned. Despite extensive searches within the park's challenging terrain, no trace of Mitchell was found, leaving his family and authorities puzzled. His disappearance in such a historically rich yet unforgiving landscape adds a layer of mystery and solemnity to the park's allure. Where did Rachel Nguyen and Joseph Orbeso disappear in 2017? Grand Canyon, Yosemite, Zion, or Joshua Tree? Rachel Nguyen and Joseph Orbeso, who vanished in 2017 while hiking in Joshua Tree National Park. The couple set out to explore the park's rugged and desolate beauty on a hot July day, but never returned. After a massive search effort, the discovery of their remains months later brought a tragic end to their story, leaving behind questions about their final days. This case highlights the dangers of underestimating the wilderness and the importance of preparation. Where did Sam Sayers go missing during a solo hike in 2018? Vesper Peak, Yosemite, Grand Teton, or Acadia? Sam Sayers, who vanished on a solo hike in Vesper Peak, North Cascades, in 2018. An avid adventurer, Sam embarked on what should have been a day's trek across the scenic but treacherous terrain. When she didn't return, a massive search ensued, spanning weeks with volunteers, drones, and search dogs combing the expansive wilderness. Despite these efforts, Sam's fate remains a mystery, leaving a void in the hearts of loved ones and the outdoor community. Where did Aubrey Sacco go missing in 2010 while trekking? Shenandoah, Langtang, Torres del Paine, or Banff? Aubrey Sacco, who went missing in 2010 while trekking in Langtang National Park, Nepal. Aubrey, a spirited and adventurous soul, set out alone on a journey through the stunning, remote trails of Langtang, seeking the peace and beauty of the Himalayas. However, when communication ceased and Aubrey failed to return, her family launched an exhaustive search that spanned continents and cultures. Despite international attention and continued efforts, the mystery of Aubrey's disappearance remains unsolved. Where did Dennis Martin vanish during a family trip in 1969? Yellowstone, Great Smoky Mountains, Grand Canyon, Rocky Mountain. Dennis Martin, a 6-year-old boy who vanished without a trace during a family trip in 1969 in the dense forests of Great Smoky Mountains National Park. While playing hide-and-seek near Spence Field, Dennis disappeared from sight and was never seen again, despite one of the largest search operations in the park's history. The case of Dennis Martin has haunted the region for decades. We recognize the real and ongoing pain of the families affected. We approach these cases with respect and sensitivity. If you have any information, please contact authorities to help bring closure. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you are not scared to take a quiz about haunted objects, click here.